following program on Derana 24 is classified for general audience. It is intended for all ages. It contains little or no violence, no strong language, and little or no sexual dialogue or situations. We would like to remind our viewers that the views expressed in this program by our participating guests are solely viewpoints of them who take part, and does not reflect the views and beliefs of the Derana Media Network.
Welcome down to Gen XYZ right here on Derana 24. Well, today we're going to talk about something very essential and very important, especially amongst the youth of Sri Lanka. I've suffered with acne. I've suffered with confidence. That is something that is very essential when it comes to really finding success in your life as well. And that is exactly why we come to talk to you as to how you can boost your external appearance and your external beauty in order to gain and regain your confidence as well. So with that, we're in conversation with an absolutely brilliant individual in a very aesthetic place as well. It's 360 Wellness located at Havelock Road. This is Dr. Cherry, well, aka Dr. Cherry, but her actual name is obviously Sarah Fazy. Thank you so much, Doctor, for doing this with us. Now, first of all, obviously confidence is a major problem, and in the industry that you're working in as well, this is what you work with.
Yes.
How did you find your confidence?
Well, whether we like it or not, exterior beauty plays a key role when it comes to societal validation. Unfortunately. But what I would like to say, for example, like even when it comes to like a job interview or when it comes to a marriage proposal, for many things that we work for in life, it requires exterior beauty. Say, for example, now we have a lot of clients in the airline industry, and we have a lot of young girls who are awaiting a certain stage in their life, like could be a profession or could be a marriage. They depend on us so much because exterior beauty actually boosts their confidence. Well, when it comes to me, in my life, being a mother of two, I would say, I have undergone a lot of bodily changes. Not only me, anyone would. So I was a person who was very concerned about my skin, my figure, my hair. Well, being a mother of two actually has changed a lot of things. But the best part is if you prevent certain things and also if you can enhance it or correct it with, of course, the advanced treatments that we have in the world and in Sri Lanka, isn't that great? We can of course change and we can be a better person and we can work on your exterior beauty and your confidence at the same time.
All right, that sounds absolutely brilliant. But see, Doctor, I feel like there's another problem there as well. You know, enhancing your beauty or sort of coming into clinical aspect of things, which is medical, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that mentality of things in Sri Lanka is very conventional. So they would think, why would I want to come to a doctor, spend money and work on my face, put in injections and stuff? It might not be safe. It's a very conventional mindset that we're still in Sri Lanka, very unfortunately. So how do you sort of navigate that and say, you know what, exterior beauty is important. We need to take care of it. No matter what it is, medically, we need to take care of it in order to bring our confidence up.
Yeah. So I would like to start by saying that each and every individual is beautiful in their own way, and each one is different, and the perspective of beauty is different for each person. So one thing, it's not about the society, it's about what you want to do. If you choose to be a certain way, or if you choose certain physical attributes, I would say go for it. And before you actually choose a certain treatment or a certain, what can I say, like a skincare or whatever, always best to get expert advice. Now, I have come across a lot of clients of mine who haphazardly waste money on so much of skincare because the market is cluttered. And the end result is like damaged skin. So when they come to me, I would say, you should have come to me at the start. I would have guided you nicely, and I would have customized a proper suitable skincare routine for you, and you wouldn't have wasted this much money, and you wouldn't have got damaged skin as well. So one thing is, go to the right person, experienced practitioner. That's number one. The second thing, why choose cosmetic medical treatments? I would say, why not? When the world can offer you with the latest advanced treatments, why not go for it? A lot of people suffer on their own. They like a certain thing, like say they would like to kind of augment their chin, or some of them have thin lips, they like a poutier lip. It's okay to like, I mean, it's natural. And if it is safe, and if the proper products and an expert is doing it, you can definitely go for it. That's what I would say.
Right. Something the lines that you mentioned was, the market is very cluttered. It is very much cluttered with people that are not medically professions to do certain things. So what happens is the fact that, people do tend to go because it is a very unexposed industry. Yes. So people are very conventional. They're kind of scared to go as well. They go in lines at times in the back end of things, in a clinic. So my question is, when you actually, when you sort of have these matters of, injecting the wrong things, maybe there could be a cylinder that sort of has like bubbles or something like that, right? Yes. Which is wrong medication. So how do you find the right person to really go? I know you're obviously the professional to go to it, but with the market being so cluttered, there are people still conventional, they don't have, mobile phones to really search and say, okay, this is the right doctor and whatnot, right? So how do you find that?
Yes, very good question, because that is kind of increasing in Sri Lanka nowadays. One thing I would say, when we when you use certain products which are like certified, it has a certain standard and value. So good things don't come cheap. Certain products like injectables cannot be made in Sri Lanka. It has to be imported. So when it comes from the European countries or USA, it's going to be pricey. But of course, there are shortcuts certain people follow just to offer a a cheaper service, right. And people may end up thinking that that is more reasonable than this, so I would go for the cheap option. But that's really wrong, because temporarily, even if you may see a result like instantly, but with time, what happens in the long run is what matters. And before you go for a treatment, before you actually inject something on your body, you have to do your research. You have to check, number one, if the doctor is SLMC registered. How can I practice in Sri Lanka if the government wouldn't register me, if the government wouldn't certify me? So that's why they give an SLMC registration number. Always look for that number. You can check in any of my prescriptions or any of the registered doctor's prescriptions. They would definitely have SLMC number. So when the registration is there, the government has registered. And of course, the clinic, the cosmetic medical clinic, also should be registered. Yearly, there are checkups happening in terms of regulations and emergency protocols. Everything is checked. So that's also done by the government. And third most important thing, the products that they use. You can question your doctor. What do you use? What is the brand you use? You can question. Now, everything is available online. So do your research before you actually get into a treatment. And then when it comes to skincare, I would like to say something, because I launched my brand last year and I learned a lot of things with that, which I would like to share. Again, the market is cluttered with skincare, and especially whitening creams. So since a lot of Sri Lankans are crazy over white skin, they end up buying it for many reasons. I would say most of these customers are very innocent because they just love white skin. But little do they know that these products contain a lot of harmful ingredients. So even before buying skincare, always check if those are NMRA approved. That is another, it's the National Medical Regulations Authority in Sri Lanka, which approves skincare. So only if they approve it, that product is safe and good to use. So in order to approve certain skincare products, what they do is it undergoes various laboratory testings. Right. It takes more than 8 months for one product, I would say.
Wow. You mentioned something very important. As a tropical country, we have the sun, we have natural melanin on our skin as well, which we produce as sunscreen. It's a natural base of things. But a lot of people don't like it. They don't like the darker skin. They don't like getting burnt in the sun because they prefer the fairer skin. But that's also because, there's more opportunity on the other side for fairer skin people. That's the truth, right? So I know there's a lot of people that come to you with issues of, having white skin gone wrong, right?
Yes.
So why is it important to love the skin that you have, no matter what it is? That's not the effect of confidence. You should love your skin, but it's matters of really having in terms of a clear skin, no acne on your face, a proper physique. Those are the ones that actually boost your confidence. What is your take on that?
Yes. So when it comes to skin and beauty, let me start with the basics. First thing, what's important is a well-balanced meal, and then good optimal hydration is very important. 6 to 8 hours of sleep, a good skincare routine, and suitable skin treatments if required. That's the first thing. And the second thing, when it comes to the love for white skin, I would say it comes from back in the days, from our great-grandparents and the older generations who have made white skin like the skin that people love. Yeah. Because of that, many of the girls and boys nowadays, they love white skin. And obviously, when one person gets more preference, when the whiter skin gets more preference, even now when you just take a marriage proposal advertisement, what are the requirements? Slim, tall, fair. So what does that mean? Like, a person with a darker skin tone doesn't have the opportunity to get married. And of course, now I have noticed that in certain outlets as well, like when some of my staff have applied to certain other places previously before coming here, they were like, one of the requirements is to be fair. So when that is practiced, obviously the person who is having melanin rich skin, I would say a darker skin tone, is going to feel upset about it, and they try to do something in order to achieve the lighter skin tone. So when it comes to products, when it comes to these whitening creams which are available in the market, so basically these products come with a mixture of medical creams, actually medical creams which are used for diseases. Wow. So these creams such as steroids, which contain high dose of mercury and high dose of hydroquinone, these creams, so some of those creams are used for conditions like eczema, psoriasis, to treat a clinical condition. So what actually, how these creams are actually made is they're combined with like multiple other creams which has a high dose of steroid. So what actually happens is the skin thins out a lot. It thins out to a great extent where the capillaries, what I mean is the vessels, blood vessels inside are so visible that when you look at the person, you can just see the entire blood circulation in their body, the blood running throughout. The skin thins out greatly, and they actually look older before they age. Like a 25-year-old who has been using whitening cream for about 3 to 4 years looks 30 easily. Wow. Right? And another thing is, because these creams contain a lot of harmful toxic ingredients, the next day when you go out in the sun, it burns. So what I'm experiencing, what I'm actually like witnessing nowadays with my clients is that they say the first 3 to 4 months they have a good skin color and they get all the attention and all of that. Some of them by the 5th, 6th month, everything is burnt. Full face of acne, or skin kind of like on your arms and even the chest area, everything is cracked open. It's actually very sad. It's very sad to see these things, but yeah, it's happening. And also we need to focus more on self-love and accepting the diversity of colors and societal education when it comes to melanin rich skin, why we should accept it and why we should love it. We cannot change our skin color. We are born with it. We can brighten or lighten very lightly. Say, for example, you have a suntan or dullness, that can be improved a bit. But no, you can't make your skin color white. You cannot do it unless you choose a harmful method.
Wow. I feel like that's a very important thing, because even if you take the youth right now, from universities to school, whatnot, they obviously promote, what you need to be fairer. Fairer is the one that gives you more opportunity. If you want to be an actress, if you want to be a model, if you want to be ahead of the business in the industry, you need to be fair. So that is very important, that no matter what it is, your skin is your skin. You can't change the color of your skin. You can't do anything that is dangerous to your skin as well. You need to save it, but at the same time, it's about having a good health, a good physical regime, a good skin routine. And these are the things that you actually need to sort of cater to. But speaking in the lines of skin routine, that's a major problem as well, right? So I suffered acne for the longest time. I think I came to you for treatment, which is great. It worked out. Thank you so much. You know, what's important is the fact that you need to take care of your skin, right?
Yes.
How do you sort of get into a normal, basic regime when it comes to your skin and your overall physique as well?
Yeah, so basics first, like I always say, well-balanced meal, do your workouts on time, exercise, 6 to 8 hours sleep, hydration, it's very important, and choose a proper suitable skincare routine. Like say, even if you choose the best brands out there, if you choose the wrong one, the one that doesn't suit you, you're going to damage your skin. So choose your skincare routine wisely, and if the need arises to treat certain conditions on your face like moles or pigmentations, yeah, get it treated.
Okay, fantastic. I want to talk a little bit more deep on that end as well, because there's so many skincare routines in the world, right? So there's a way of cleansing, there's a way of, you know, applying sunscreen, there's so many other ways as well in acne that you need to know. So I'll tell you a little bit more on that. I want to know more from you as well on the other side. But until then, this is Gen XYZ right here, only on Other Derana 24. Welcome back to Gen XYZ right here on Other Derana 24. Well, we're in conversation about something very important. If you're a youth, if you're suffering acne, if you're suffering things that actually sort of suppresses your confidence, well, you need to listen to this entire conversation that we're having with a professional herself. This is Dr. Cherry. I'm going to refer to you as Dr. Cherry because I think the whole of Sri Lanka knows you as Dr. Cherry. It's such a nice name as well. Before I ask you how you got that name from, something else that you mentioned in the previous segment was, you know, skincare routines, right? How early do you start a skincare routine, and what is the process, the basic process and the steps that you actually follow through in order to, you know, have a normal skin?
Yeah. Skincare routine, before you choose your skincare routine, actually you need to know what your skin type is, whether it is normal skin, whether it is dry skin, whether it's oily skin, or whether it's combination skin, and now the fifth one is whether it's sensitive skin, because Sri Lanka has a lot of sensitive skin coming up nowadays. Yeah, choose your skin type first and then choose the suitable skincare routine. And if you can get expert help when choosing a suitable skincare routine, that will be the best, rather than haphazardly wasting on multiple products which doesn't work. The second thing, so after you choose your skincare routine, the basics are, I can just go quickly over it. So a cleanser, a suitable cleanser, which is very important, a suitable moisturizer, or before that you can use a serum with some active ingredients. So you have a bit of pigmentation, you can go with a bit of serum which will lighten this pigmentation, or if you have acne prone skin, there are certain ingredients such as salicylic acid. Those products actually control the oil. And the most important part of your skincare during the morning hours and the afternoon and the evenings will be a good sun protection. So formulating a proper skincare routine is very important. Next, I would talk a bit about the skin treatments which you can get. So now anti-aging treatments start at the age of 25, which 25. Is why, yes,
wow,
which is why you see so many celebrities looking like 30 and looking like 25 at the age of 50, because good skincare routine started early, and also good anti-aging treatments which we start at the age of 25. One thing I like to say, this is also something I am saying with experience, because I see a lot of clients who come to me at the age of 60, 65, and they tell me like turn back 10 years or turn back 20 years, which is
Work
very
the
hard.
miracle, yeah,
Which is very hard. At that time, most of the times you require surgery, some kind of a you need to undergo under the knife. But if you start early, there are so many heat energy based devices, lasers, a lot of anti-aging microneedling treatments, which doesn't require any surgeries or doesn't require the knife at all, and you can maintain very well, look 25 at the age of 50. So start early. I would say prevention is always better than treating it.
True as well, yeah. I'm just going to go a little deeper in terms of the medical aspect of things, right? So Sri Lanka, the weather is very drastic. It's very weird, very bizarre as well, because you have the heat. Sometimes the heat is not good for you, right? Because they say you need vitamin D the natural way by standing under the sun, and then you produce vitamin D. But now they say if you stand under the sun for too long, you're going to have, cancer cells produced or formed and whatnot. It's very dangerous. But when you take in terms of the humidity in Sri Lanka as well, it's so warm and so humid that when you walk outside on the roads of Sri Lanka, your pores open up because of the heat, right? And when that happens, you don't have a clear tropical island for us to have the fresh oxygen and whatnot. We have pollution, we have dust, we have all the greenhouse gases literally available in the heart of Colombo, right? So all of those things sort of go into the pores, and then that's what causes acne and all of the devastating, stuff that you have on your skin. It's a little too late to treat it as well, so usually what people do is skincare routine, they tend to get into it once they have acne and stuff, but it's too expensive. So because of that, you have alternative products that are actually not the original products, if you would say that way. And when you put it on your skin, it doesn't work, like sunscreen for that matter. So how do you find out the right products? How do you maintain the balance of the expense of it as well? So how do you maintain those two?
Okay, so to begin with, when you live in a tropical country like Sri Lanka, definitely you are exposed to the sun. That is sometimes unavoidable. But you were talking about vitamin D levels. Entire Sri Lanka is vitamin D deficient. That's a very common thing. So oral supplementation is a must, I would say. So check your vitamin D levels and get your oral supplementations, because low doses of vitamin D on your blood can actually lead to several other symptoms like fatigue, and immunity goes down, and even loss of hair, a lot of things. So staying out and being exposed to the sun is actually not very practical, because it also causes a lot of other damages to your skin. You can of course stay out before 7:30 a.m. in the morning and somewhere in the evening when the sun sets. Probably during that time you can stay out in the sun, but apart from that, during the afternoons and like when it's at 12 to 2 p.m. it's not advisable. Second thing, sunscreen, choosing a suitable sunscreen. Many people think that the higher the SPF of the sunscreen product, the better the protection. It doesn't work like that. That is just a marketing gimmick. If you use SPF 40, even 30 is enough. 30, 40, 50. One of these three numbers when it comes to SPF is more than enough. Right. So many clients have complained to me even about international brands, saying that they look darker when they apply sun protection. The skin looks oilier, and sometimes it has a gray kind of a white cast on the face because it's thick. One thing is because those products, most of the popular products are manufactured in European countries, USA, French. So sometimes it doesn't necessarily suit here. So we need to actually choose a sunscreen that's suitable for us. So one that suits you wouldn't suit another person because your skin is different. Well, right now there are a lot of brands which are coming up, which actually goes well with the with the Sri Lankan skin. Right. Then another thing you should know: applying sun protection cream doesn't prevent darkness. You are going to get dark anyway, even if you apply the sun protection. So what it prevents is the UVA and the UVB radiation. What that does to your skin is it breaks down your collagen, your skin kind of wrinkles faster, and you get like open pores, things like that. but it doesn't stop skin darkening. So choosing sun protection, it helps you, but not from skin darkening. But of course, sun protection is very essential as a part of your skincare routine. Then you asked me about the expense when it comes to skin treatments. Well, I would start by saying nothing like beauty. In terms of beauty, like good things don't come cheap.
Yeah.
It's expensive. Beauty is expensive. You need to invest in yourself. Like I said earlier, certain products which are of good quality standard are pricey. So you need to kind of think that this is an investment, and when you need to invest in yourself, it's obviously for you. It's a good thing. You don't need to think of it as an expense when you know that something good is happening to you.
But there are products that are actually overly expensive as well, which is
Right.
not viable with the economic situation in the country. So because of certain things like that, what is the viable option? You know, what are the basics that you have to require? Example, sunscreen is for sure, but
Yes.
yeah.
So it's like this. Now, when it comes to Sri Lanka, the skincare brands out there, you don't necessarily have to go for a brand. Like I said earlier, certain imported products, like the ones, some of the sunscreens from abroad, it actually doesn't suit your skin. So now in Sri Lanka, you have a lot of brands, even local brands, which provide a better result because it's very much friendly with Sri Lankan skin. A person living in France doesn't necessarily know how a Sri Lankan skin is going to react. So no, you shouldn't go for expensive skincare. Go for something that suits you. And of course, the best way is to get an expert's opinion before you choose your skincare.
Yeah, and the expert for sure is Dr. Cherry. All right, on that note, I wanted to ask you something a little bit more essential as well when it comes to, you know, things like wishes of looking like another person, right? So you have our ideal role model would be, you know, Beyonce, would be Taylor Swift. It would be a lot of these celebrities that we wish to idolize and sort of want to be them as well, right? Because Taylor Swift, if you look at her, everyone loves the way her lip looks, right? So what they do is, because they want that, they think that is going to get me confidence. They would come and get something called lip fillers and Botoxes and all of that, right? To what extent is this safe, especially because if that is something that brings them confidence, go for it. But to what extent is it safe, and what are the side effects like?
Okay, so before you choose a certain treatment, one thing is always do your research. There are certain popular brands which are certified and registered in Sri Lanka, which are the only ones that we use. Those are actually safe when it comes to products. Then when it comes to the injector, the person who injects, the doctor actually, a doctor definitely knows the facial anatomy, how the blood circulation is. So you need to have expert hands when you get the treatment done. So the product should be of good quality, and the doctor, the medical doctor who does the treatment, should be an expert. Then when it comes to choosing a certain role model and wanting to be of that physical appearance, again I would like to say, if that's what you like, go for it. It's not because of the society, or it's not because of that ideal physical appearance which we need to be or want to be. It's do it if you like it. There are plenty of treatments out there, like a little tweak in your face, like a little chin filler or a little lip filler. See, with age also we change. Your lips are not going to look the same when you're at the age of 25, and then when you're at the age of 30 and 35. It's not going to be the same. It's going to slowly wrinkle up. It's going to reduce in size. So you may want to be your older self too. Forget about the celebrities. You may want to be that person, because in my experience, I have experienced that before giving birth to my 2 kids and after. So I've been wanting to be that older person, and I've been working towards that. So I say don't give a damn about the society. Just go for it if you like it.
Talking in the lines of your experience, though, I know you've gone through quite a lot as well, and you know, having yourself back to the way you are, like you look absolutely fabulous. So how was that journey for you, especially to find your personal confidence as well?
Yes. So before I had my first baby, so my sister used to always tell me, I was very much into fitness. So I always had a flat stomach, not like a flat abs, but it was like flat. So when I was like pregnant 4 months, 4 months due, and then my sister was like, "You're going to lose your tummy in a few months. What are you going to do about it?" I was very upset, but I decided, no, I'm going to take care of myself. Of course, I need my baby and my second baby too, but I need to take care of myself as well. Well, nowadays you also get a lot of surrogate mothers who don't actually, like, most of them don't choose to have babies because they don't know that there are so many treatments out there which can get you back on to your old self. So I started prevention. Actually, prevention is very important. So when it comes to pregnancy stretch marks as well, there are certain things that you can do to prevent it. A lot of hydration, certain ingredients, certain moisturizers which has certain ingredients to prevent those purple hued stretch marks. So prevention steps I followed a lot, and soon after my pregnancy, what many girls, mothers do out there, like nowadays you find very young mothers in their 20s, 25, what they do is like they lose concentration or focus on themselves, and they concentrate like 100% on the baby. Of course, you need to give your attention to the baby, but you need to take care of yourself too, because 1 year later when you think, oh my God, why didn't I go back to my pre-baby weight, why didn't I, because it's hard later. Everything, when it's done on time, you can get better results.
All right, that sounds amazing. Congratulations, by the way, on both of your babies as well. There is something else that I want to discuss with you, a little bit more of an important base, which is on the other side. We'll tell you more right here on Gen XYZ, only on Other Derana 24. Welcome back to Gen XYZ, where we're talking about something very important today. It's about boosting your confidence with your exterior appearance, and what better way to actually talk about it than have an amazingly brilliant guest, and this is Dr. Cherry. Now, Dr. Cherry, something essential that we spoke about before as well is how you take care of your skin, right? Pimples is something that we all very much get, especially after puberty. You have your hormonal changes as a youth member. You tend to have a lot of pimples. It's natural. Even when you grow older, you will have pimples. But the way you take care of it is the essential part. But a lot of people like us, even I have done that, to be quite honest. You get a pimple on your face, you take a pin or something, you pop it out, and then it causes scarring and, you know, all of those stuff. So what is the right way to sort of prevent pimples but also take care of your pimples?
Yeah, so let me start with the causes. What actually causes the pimples? First thing is genetic causes. If your mama or dad has it, you can get it too. Then adolescent stage, when you have an overactivation of hormones, you can get pimples, acne. Then the hormonal acne, which is the current problem nowadays, and cosmetic acne by using wrong skincare products. This also gives rise to bad acne. So these are the 4 main reasons which cause acne nowadays. 5 reasons, I would say. Yeah. Once you find out the root cause of what is actually causing your acne, then it's easier to solve it. So seek expert advice and treatment for when you get acne, for sure. What happens is, now when you get acne during your teenage years, most of the times you think, oh, it's going to settle with time. In certain cases, yeah. In certain cases, no. There are stages of acne, like it starts from whiteheads which turn to blackheads, to papules, to pustules, to nodules, to cysts. So if you're in the first 3 stages, you're lucky, because that generally goes off or settles on its own with good skincare alone. But if it has gone to the stage of pimples, that is pustules. Pustules are normally referred to as pimples, the ones that filled with a little bit of pus inside, and nodules and cysts. When you go to that stage, you definitely can't treat it at home. So definitely get a doctor's advice when it comes to treating your pimples at that stage. Why treat acne early? So when it starts, you get a few pustules here and there, and for some people it settles, for some people it doesn't. When it doesn't settle, it leaves kind of a scar. So there are various types of scars. You can get a hypertrophic scar, you can get a pitted scar, you can get a keloid scar, you can get like large nodules inside. So when it goes to that stage, those scars stay for life unless you treat it. So for scars, there's no actually skincare cream which is going to treat it or improve. So before you actually go to that level, I would say seek medical advice. But okay, now you've not taken, you're not followed proper skincare, you've not seen a doctor, now you've developed scars, pitted scarring. Do you have a solution for it? Yes, we do. We still can treat it, even though the treatments are going to be lengthy, but you can get it treated. It may take a year or two, but mostly 70 to 80% can be recovered. So what I would like to say about acne prone skin, don't choose the wrong products, because that can actually make it worse. The next thing I was referring to, the hormonal acne. When it comes to hormonal acne for a lot of females, you need to treat the root cause. Forget about skincare when it comes to hormonal acne. You need to treat medically, orally, with oral medications when it comes to hormonal acne. So don't ignore that part, I would say.
Right. I think we catered the entire conversation, especially on that particular thing, on the female aspect of things, right? Let's bounce a little bit back in terms of the male aspect, right? There's quite a lot of males that would want to sort of look good as well, because men, even though it says, okay, you're born to be alpha, you're born to be confident, you're born to be naturally, built into confidence, it's not the case. It's not the case at all. You're very much concerned in the way that you look. You're very much concerned in your little pimples that you get on your face and so much more. So has there been a case of, a male that has actually come to you as for treatment with bad scarring, bad, ingrown hair and all of that? How have you treated that? What was that person's contribution to it, or that person's connotation on it?
Yeah, so with regards to my male clientele, the major concern would be hair loss. More than the skin. Well, some of them do suffer with acne, but a majority comes with a lot of hair loss. So those is back in the days. Males experienced hair loss at the age of 35, 40 onwards, but we don't know for what reason.
Nowadays they're 20, yeah.
Yes, yeah. Even as young as 18.
Wow.
They have like stage 3 baldness or stage 4. So again, the moment you notice a bit of hair fall, I would ask you to get treatment or seek help.
Is it just strictly in Sri Lanka only because of the weather, or
it's worldwide?
It's worldwide.
Wow, yes.
Okay.
According to medical research, they say that it's due to hormonal changes, high testosterone levels, but it's still unknown. A lot of things are unknown. When it comes to gym goers, I would say that is due to like the anabolic, the hormones which are taken in terms of muscle building. So muscle building requires more testosterone. High testosterone causes baldness and also acne. That's another reason for acne, which I missed to list earlier. So when it comes to skin, I'm glad to say that a lot of males have started taking care of themselves. Because of course they like to look younger, more presentable, and have good skin. So the male clientele is actually growing, and even normal clients say even if they don't have hair loss, they have started taking care of themselves equally as females nowadays.
I like that. I actually quite like that, especially in Sri Lanka, right?
Yes.
Because it's very conventional and they're taking care of their skin. But something else which I feel like as a guy, I personally go through as well, where you have to be presentable, and part of that is coming through shaving your face, right? This is the part that shows everything in your confidence, it shows everything, it plays a role for you as a character. When you have to shave all the time, you do have something called ingrown hair,
yes,
right? So how do you sort of prevent that as well? Because you have to shave, right, no matter what it is. So how do you prevent ingrown hair, especially in males? I feel like that is a very prone thing as well.
So when it comes to shaving, there is a direction to shave your beard growth or the hair growth in the neck area. When you generally shave in the opposite direction is when you're prone to getting ingrowns. Then of course the product you use while shaving. There are certain products which contain certain medications which will prevent ingrowns. That is number 2. And after shaving, or else also there are certain creams which will prevent ingrowns. So these 3 things, all 3 didn't work, then we have another solution for ingrowns on the face: laser hair reduction.
Right.
So laser hair reduction on your face, it actually reduces the growth. It kills the hair follicle from the root, and it slows down the growth greatly. So you're not the first one to ask me this. I have a big clientele, males actually coming in for laser hair reduction. Forget about the beard, it's the chest and yeah, like any area that they want, wherever they have ingrowns, they can go for laser hair reduction. It's very, very helpful, and it makes your life really easy. Ingrowns are prevented 100%.
Right. But laser hair removal, sort of, does your hair grow back again, or it's completely killed?
Well, 70% of it is reduced.
Right.
30% grows, but that is very scanty hair here and there, and it requires only shaving like once or twice a week, I would say.
Once or twice a week? Okay.
Yeah, and no ingrowns at all.
Right. But would you, I don't think the men would actually go for when it comes to their face to really get, laser removal. So
well, of course they do
They
nowadays.
do? Wow,
Yes.
wow. That's incredible, like, honestly. But you also wear a lot of makeup, right?
Yes.
So the female population in Sri Lanka has to wear makeup as well. And it's not the best when it comes with the weather of Sri Lanka. So how do you take care of your skin, especially like prior to wearing makeup and after wearing makeup?
Yes, very good question. What has happened nowadays is that when you don't apply makeup, now first thing is makeup is not the healthiest thing for your skin to wear every day, but with your work life and certain things that you do, it's actually unavoidable. Most of the times, now even say when you come for a show, if you don't apply makeup, you're going to look sleepy. So you don't have a choice but to apply your makeup. The most important thing is choose the right brand. Choose a makeup brand that is suitable for your skin, non-comedogenic. Always look for that word if you are not aware. Comedogenic means it blocks or clogs your pores. Non-comedogenic means it doesn't block or clog your pores. So look for that term when you choose your makeup products. And the most important thing is not the application, it's about the removal. It's about double cleansing. It's how you choose 2 types of cleansing methods to remove the makeup. First, you can go for micellar water or a milk-based cleanser, remove your makeup, and then go for a face wash or something more gel-based to remove it for the second time. You have to make sure each and every product that's been applied is removed completely. That's going to help your skin a lot, and that's how my skin is maintained to this level in spite of applying makeup every day.
Wow. 100% I can vouch for that because I'm sitting right next to you as well. You've got great skin, like completely great skin. So congratulations, on all of these, achievements as well that you've actually found in terms of helping other people, especially in Sri Lanka, to find their own, confidence. But has there been a case where somebody has come to you crying to you, Dr. Cherry, I don't have any confidence, I've lost my confidence? Because confidence is something that you can redefine and you can re-put out there and really activate it as well. So has there been someone that has actually come in those lines?
Well, yes, not one, it's many. So first thing I would say, you have to be strong mentally. Mental endurance is a must. If you are not strong mentally, you cannot be strong physically. You need to kind of talk to yourself and say that you are worth it, and you need to have self-love. That's number 1. And number 2, most of the times they lose confidence or they come sad crying to me, not because of they themselves, it's because somebody has commented or said something.
And that's very natural in Sri Lanka. You'll have it given to you by your own personal, members of your family. Yeah.
So so they end up wanting to change themselves. And I always sit, give them time, and I advise and I tell them, do it only if you want to, not just because somebody else is asking you to do it. And yeah, most of the times they want to go for it, and of course I help them. And the best part is when the change happens, the happiness and the delight
joy.
that I see, that actually gives me so much happiness when I witness that. Yes, of course, I've helped a lot, and that has changed their lives a lot, I would say.
So when you say if you want to and then they go for it, what exactly do they go for mainly?
Treatments. When it comes to treatments, say for example, mothers, a lot of people experience changes in breast sizes or appearance
Right.
after childbirth. So we enhance the breast without having to undergo any cuts or any surgeries.
Right.
So through injectables we change, lift and contour. Then when it comes to like abdominal fat, even that we have helped to reduce and get back on shape. Some people, like in spite of working out a lot and following a healthy diet, also they get this mummy pouch which cannot be, which is very difficult to flatten.
Yeah.
Especially when they have undergone surgeries. So we have helped with those as well, and many more. It's actually countless, I would say.
You were speaking in the lines of liposuction, right? Is that safe? Because
Well, liposuction goes under the category of surgery, but
Right.
we have a lot of non-invasive methods.
Right.
For example, we have the fat freeze to reduce the abdominal fat. That's just a machine which is fixed to your tummy, and it freezes your fat and it's sent away with urine. So no pain, nothing. It's just a machine treatment. Then we have radio frequency skin tightening, body contouring, a lot of devices and machines which doesn't require injections, which can reduce and contour the shape of your body without having to undergo surgeries.
Oh, that's amazing, honestly. So I feel very enlightened now as well, because there's so many other methods and ways that you can actually do, which is preventable, at the same time gain your confidence, at the same time not have side effects, which is a great news, right? What is the one thing that you would say as a piece of advice to all of them that are actually watching in right now as well as youth members in redefining their confidence, in making sure that they have good skin, they have good physique, what they eat, what they ingest is very essential and very important as well. What is your number one, motive statement, if we would call it?
Well, I cannot give you just one line.
Go on, you can go on.
If you need to boost your confidence, you need to follow certain things in your life. It's just not the treatments alone. Definitely, a well-balanced meal is something many of us cannot have with our busy schedule. So you have to have that regardless. And exercise is very important. And of course, one thing you should know, good things don't come cheap. So invest in yourself, self-love, and of course, mental endurance. This is very important.
That's amazing. Thank you so much, Doctor, for doing this with us as well. For sure, I'm sure everyone that's watching in right now as well has been quite impacted by what you've said. And maybe it's a different chapter for them to really regain their confidence that they want to do as well in their lives. So thank you so much. And with that, this is Gen XYZ. Well, it's quite an interesting episode as well. And in case you're wondering where you can come and get yourself or meet Dr. Terry, it is at 360 Wellness, located down Havelock Road. So with that, if you do miss out on an episode, don't forget we are available on youtube.com/Other Derana English. And with that, I'll see you on a different episode right here only on Gen XYZ.